Alright, this will be 1 to 9. These are the spots that I use on all of my characters for all of my things. And it's not class exclusive, you can do it on any class. But starting out, you will go, start here, you move to the fast track server, obviously. Wow, I suck at typing. Go to the fast track server, and then you're going to kill a path going this way. You want to do 1 to 4, straight grinding these mobs. Don't do anything other than grind the mobs. There's like 2 quests that come right here. Don't pick either of them up. Just switch to fast track, kill your way to Adele Village. When you get to Adele Village, there is a guy right here. He's the guy that sends you to the fast track, or he gives you a quest to go to the fast track. You go to the fast track, and then once you get there, you talk to the same guy. It'll be a different named NPC. You turn in the first quest, pick up his quest, and then go back to fast track. This should get you 13,200 Kina. I think it's 13,000. I know that much. But that will allow you to get all of your training between 1 through 9. Grab all of your training in this camp that you need, any of the random people over there. You will then go out here. Depending on how many people, you can actually go right in this area. There may be a couple people there, probably not, depending on what time of day it is, but if there's bots there, you can switch channels. You switch channels by going down at the bottom where it says menu, go to channel, change channel. It'll open up this little channel-y thing, and you can switch. There should be 6 channels. I can't go to fast track since I'm a 62, but there should be 6 channels available to you. Pick one. Don't pick the first one, don't pick the last one, and don't pick the second one. There's several reasons as to why you don't pick those. Just don't pick any of those. But you're going to kill these mobs from 4 to 6. Kill those mobs. If you're a caster, you can actually go around this lake. If you find a named mob named Hulker, kill him. He gives you gloves. He has a chance to give you a book. The Irons are relatively squishy. Bracks are not squishy. They have a shit ton of health. You can 2-shot them as any caster ever. You can... So you'd either use these if you're a caster or a gunner. If you're a caster, gunner, SM, or no, not cleric, screw that. If you're one of those 3 classes, if you're a magic-based class, kill these guys. If you're not, kill and stick with the Spriggans. What you look for is if you look at the names, some of their names, like you can see how it says Sprig Fighter, and it's in gray, look for the yellowish colored ones, so you don't actually get reduced experience. There's a experience reduction. I don't know the exact numbers, but it is pretty significant and noticeable. Make sure you're killing yellows. After that, after you hit 6, run into the forest down here. I believe it's right here. There's a teleporter. It's in this area. I know it's in this area. There's a little teleporter along this road that will tell you, ask you if you want to go to Adele Village or Antaroon Crossing. Go to the crossing, take the free portal. It doesn't cost anything. It'll skip you from here all the way to here, and you don't have to deal with any of the fuckery in there. This place, this area right here is like a bad zone. Don't go there. But once you get to Antaroon, it'll pop you in right there. There are a couple quests around the south side of this pillar. You can pick them up if you want to. There's a couple quests up here. You can pick that up if you want to. These are optional. I prefer to grind unless I'm playing a character that can't DPS well. Like, say for instance, a warrior or a cleric at low levels have really low DPS. You pick up those quests. You'll be 6 when you come here. So you kill a path coming down this way into here, go back out, and then like just roam this whole zone between 6 and 8. You could go to 8.5 if you so desired. That's up to you. But you start getting reduced experience as 8. You then, after you hit 8, you come up this way into the graveyard, and there'll be all sorts of mobs all up in this bitch. 8 to 9 will be in the graveyard. When you're in the graveyard, there will be a character named Rusty Three Hands. He drops chest pieces and I think spell books. I think it's a spell book. I know he drops chess pieces of all 3 of the types of proficiencies. He actually gives you quadruple the amount of experience than other mobs in the area. Kill him as many times as you can. Change channels if you have to, or if you want to, if you didn't get your chess piece on the first one. When you kill him, he'll give you a large amount of experience. On top of that, he will actually give you the chess pieces, which are useful in the sense that it's a chess piece and you don't have to replace it with Fender gear. You'll hit 9 here. Upon hitting 9, immediately upon hitting 9, you run up to this guy up in here, Moonin. He's all like, "Oh my god, you're a Deva now." You talk to him, he'll port you 3 different places on the map, and he'll port back. You'll enter an instance zone where you fly down, you kill 4 Elios bastards because, well, of course, it's 4v1. That's how Elios are. That's what they do. You kill all 4 of them. You'll have a buff. You won't die. You'll have a buff that reduces damage incoming, with the exception of from Hellion. Hellion doesn't take auto attacks, but the only damage that actually hits him for more than 1 is actual skills. So you fight Hellion, you ask, you go back to Moonin, he's all like, "Oh, you're actually the Deva you're supposed to be." And then after you do that, you choose where you want to go, or what you want to do, your profession. You'll port here, you'll run straight forward, turn right, go in here, then there should be a guy right here. Talk to him. Actually, there's a first stop right here. Heimdall, he's like, "Oh my god, stop, who the fuck are you? What are you doing?" You talk to him, then you run in there, talk to this guy, you walk down an aisle, and people are snickering at you because, well, people are assholes. Like, that guy shouldn't be a Deva, whatever. Who cares? You then run back out and go this way. You talk to this guy, there's a teleporter under that yellow circle, which will then take you, you then port to Altgard. There are 3 ways that I do 10 to 16. This is one of them. You come into the fortress, pick up all of the quests in this area, including the one from her, and I think there's one from this girl. With the exception of Scribbler, which comes from the guy in here. Don't pick up the Scribbler quest, and don't pick up the Arcadal's Heritage, which is the guy that pats like this. He goes back and forth. Don't do that quest, and don't do the Scribbler quest. Pick everything else up, because what they'll do is they'll tell you to kill mobs all around the circle. You can go in a circle and kill all the mobs, and then by the time you get to where you started from, you should have killed enough mobs to get all your quest completions. There should be like little blue crystals all over the map. Little ice crystals, pick those up. I think the Krasars are down here. There's some Krasars right here too. Up in this area is the Irons, and then over in this area is the Sparkles. And then the Lob Knights are along this little section up here. So if you weren't aware of where the actual quest mobs are, those are them. You should be able to do 10 to 13 on those quests. If you don't hit 13, grind around the circle. God forbid you have to grind for a couple levels. It's not the end of the world. This was originally a Korean game. Grinding is supposed to be expected. But after you hit 13, you can go back to Panda, pick up your training, and then you come in here. And then you go up to the crossroad, do all the quests right here, including the ones that tell you to come up here and touch this tree. This tree right here is poisonous. So when you pick up this tree part, be sure that you like beeline back to the turn-in, because it puts a poison debuff and you can't heal yourself while it's on. So if you fight your way back and you run out of health, you'll die. That's what happens when you run out of health. There'll be 2 quests that are of note. There are Carnifs all in this area, and then there are little bird bastards. I think they're Plumas is what they're called. The Plumas will be up there. Kill these guys from 13 to 14. There are 2 ways to do 14 to 16. You can grind these guys and do these quests up in here. You'll actually get another batch over here. You'll get, that's just a start, just in the crossroads. Wow, that looks like shit. there'll be another batch upon hitting 14. After turning in your first batch, you'll go back and he'll be like, hey, we got more quests that we want you to do. And then they'll send you up into the farmland. I personally don't like the farmland route. I don't like the Manor's Dock route either, because the Lepharists are just a pain in the ass. I usually end up running to Basfelt, and then I run across the lake up into the Grave Robber's Den, which is like, I think this is the whole area. Yeah. This little area right here where there's a shit ton of Lepharists. You kill them. Just grind them from 14 to 16. They have fast respawn times. They're relatively squishy. Only thing you have to watch out for is the Watchmen looking dudes. The dudes that are actually males that have the sword, because they do a temporary ironclad, and that's annoying for melee classes. One of the questions you may be asking if you're first time doing this, there might be a chance of a box, a gigantic box that's right here. Yeah, it's a gigantic box. Yay, it's a loot chest. Don't even bother with it. It's got 10,000 something health, and you can't hit it for more than 1 per auto attack. Not worth it. You'll do 14 to 16 up here. Water spirits that you see around here, try not to touch them, because water spirits, further down the guide, you'll see they actually kind of hurt a lot. Upon hitting 16, go back to Panda if you didn't get your training, and then you'll be ported back to... You come port back to here. There'll be... I think it's the vendor that's right, the little soul healer lady that's right there. She gives you a quest called Odella, Odella, Where Art Thou? Which will then take you... You fly down to here. The flight path for Alt Guard is this thing right here. Go to that guy, fly down to Impetusium. Upon reaching here, there'll be a guy standing right there. Well, the guy right there, what you do is you talk to him. He'll be like, oh yeah, the Odella plantation. You don't know what Odella is? It's opium. It's overglorified green opium that they use in this world. What you do is you fly down this way. Upon flying down, there should be a chunk right here, a chunk right here, and then you'll be at the end, then it'll say, go investigate Haramel. Upon entering Haramel, you'll walk forward. As you're walking forward, you'll see a Shugo. That's what those little furry creatures are called, a Shugos. Talk to the Shugo and pick up every single quest he has. You'll do them all. Complete every quest in that zone. One thing to note, Haramel is a solo instance. Solo instances in this game are well known for their gargantuan experience gain, or experience reward from killing mobs. Full clear the instance. Kill everything, with the exception of the little Rudies, the little level 1 critters, because they don't give you shit for experience, because why did critters ever give experience? I fucking don't know. Don't kill those. Full clear the instance. You'll get a chest at the end that'll give you a pair of gloves and boots for free. All 3 of the bosses have chances to give you a belt, earrings, and a necklace from the bosses, and then they have like little silly skins like a club, a flower sword. There's one more that I can't think of that you get from the couple bosses in there. After you come out of there, that should get you, fully clearing the instance should get you from 16 to 19. Upon leaving, you'll actually have a quest to turn in. You probably have 2 to turn in at the guy right here. Because if you were wondering where to turn those quests in, it'll be at that guy right there. Turn it in, it's like Nutty Soup or some shit like that. You'll hit 19. There are a couple things you can do. You can go to Morheim. Upon entering Morheim, you'll be sent to, where's the building? It's this building right here. It'll be Morheim's Commander's Call. You'll go in, it'll give you free shit. It'll be right there. That's about the extent of that. You get in there, you should be 4 or 5 bubbles into 19. After you do that, providing you didn't use any boosts, this is a no boost guide, so don't expect ludicrous amounts of experience from some things. This is 1 to 65, no boosts, just soloing, with the exception of 2 instances, which I can make an exception for, because they're 2 instances. After getting here at 19, turn that quest in. There shouldn't be a couple quests. There will be a couple quests in this area. You can pick them up, run the circle, grab all the quests you can, do as many of them as you want. I'm not sure if it's 20 that you get the earring quest that tells you to go kill mobs around the fortress. It may be, it may not be. I'm honestly forgetting at this point. If it's not, just kill the mobs around the fortress, grind from 19 to 20 there, unless... No, let's go with that. Grind there. At 20, there will be a ton of quests that open up. There will be a whole slew of quests that open up in this area. Like saving the dude's cat that's on a building. There'll be one for getting aether crystals, one for gathering titanium. I know for sure the earring quest you'll have by 21 to run around the circle and kill all the mobs. There'll be a spy quest that you'll get from, I think it's the guy that pats around this way. Gives you a magical potion that teleports you to the bad guy zone. Elios are the bad guys. Just deal with it. Torch the bad guy zone, and then you basically fly down, pray to God you don't find any high levels, and then hit your return button, wherever it's set to, because the last thing you want to do is die to an Elios in their own zone and give them their free godstone. That's something I'll touch up on the end. At 20, that should be 20 to 21, 21 to 22. There will be a slew of quests that come down this way. It tells you to branch off up to here. Branch off up into in here to kill these kitty cats. There'll be some to kill the Ettins in this area. And then I think there's some cats down here too. No, those are the wargs. There's some wargs down there. There's cats up here. There are the Daru mobs all around this little path right here. Basically, I'm emphasizing... This will be 19 to 20. Green will be 20 to 21. And then yellow will be 21 to 22. There'll be a quest in right there. This guy right here, he gives you a coin quest to go out and kill like 6 mobs. You come over here, you kill some of the Darus, which are the red. Kill some Darus. You kill some Ettins, and then you come down, and then you kill some Wargs. You go back and turn it in. Do that like 4 or 5 times. You should hit 22 after doing that. This is where it kind of deviates a bit. 22 to 25. The 22 to 24 will be all in this area. You can do the quests at the waterfall, which is... God damn it. Seriously? Right here, waterfall. You can do the quests in that area if you want to. I would suggest it if you've never played the game before, because waterfalls are pretty. You get to know some monk things and its experience. Do those, and then as you're coming this way, there'll be a quest giver. Where's the crazy lady at the top of the mountain? She is right here. There she is. There's a crazy lady right here who is scared of spiders, and I mean terrified of these damn things. She'll give you one quest to kill spiders all along this path, and then you come back, and then she sends you back again to kill the same spiders that you just killed. And then that's 2 quests right there, just killing 10 spiders each. That should get you 22, that should get you about 22 and a half. As you're coming down further, there'll be... Where's the big tree? Comes in like this. I think this is the big tree. This big tree right here. There'll be Elms, which are tree people, hanging around this tree. Pick up all the quests. It'll tell you to kill little fungies and fungans all in this area. One of the quests, I think, is the Slyphins, but I think it's the one after you do that first one. And there's also one that says a worried alchemist, which I'm looking for the road. Man, I can't see this road. There's an alchemist in this area somewhere. If I could find him. You'll see, if you hit map, you'll see a little blue arrow on the map telling you where to go. You talk to him. I think he's over here in this area. You talk to him, and he's all like, hey, I need you to go retrieve my sciencey stuff, which is all up in this area. All his sciencey stuff. There'll be earth elementals up there. There'll be some spiders. But you're gonna get like some box down here, and then a barrel. No, it's the barrel up there, and then a box down there. You get both of those, and then you go back to the dude, and he's like, oh, go get me a bookmark. When you get the bookmark quest, get rid of it from your log. Don't do it. It's not worth it. You go back and forth between there and Pandemonium like 3 or 4 times. You basically errand boy for virtually nothing. This should get you from 22 to 24. 20... Wait, I want to do this in blue. 22 to 24. That's one way to do 22 to 24. The other way is just to come in here and grind. Screw quest, just grind. Questing is usually... I tend to quest at below 30 if the class I'm playing doesn't have high DPS. Clerics, Chanters, Templars, Gladiators. Those 4 classes I tend to quest only because I know I can't kill fast enough to make up for the time being spent on the quests. It's all about optimization. Upon hitting 24, we go to this camp. There's actually 2 ways. There's the first route. Let's clear the map. Go to here. There's this route, which is Route 1. And then there's a second route, which is this one. It kind of like branches in these ways, which is Route 2. Which one you choose is completely up to you. I personally prefer Route 2 simply because I've done Route 1 all of my life, and it is the single most boring thing to do 30 times that I've done so far. So I stick with Route 2. Route 1, you come this way. There'll be a lady on this thing that tells you to go around in this area and kill mobs and check boxes. Wow, that looks like a penis. Man, there's just gonna do circles so it doesn't look like a penis. Go in this area, tell you to kill mobs and pick up some boxes. The reason I don't go Route 1 anymore is because that box quest is completely RNG based. There'll be a box here, 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 and I think there's like one over here somewhere. Opening the box, there's a chance that you may get the lure that she's looking for, but 80% of the time it won't be. Not to mention these mobs in this area are hostile. Some of them are hostile, some of them are friendly. As for me, I usually don't care. I'll just kill anything. And one thing to note is the blue monitors, blue something monitors, they're bugged. They will spam cast Stupefy, which stuns you. And then if you're not stunned, they'll blind you. So if you're not stunned or blinded, you're basically just sitting there dying. Because you can't do anything when you're blinded at low levels, because it basically reduces your accuracy virtually nothing. That's Route 1. That'll get you 24 to 25 easy. Route 2 is the one I found, I want to say 2 months ago. Because I was like, oh, I could go this way, or I could go this way, because I never actually go in this way. Or go down here. Route 2 is, there'll be a bunch of mobs in this area that you'll kill, because coming to this base, there'll be a dude there with a bow. I think his name is Lorender. Pretty sure it's Lorender. He gives you like 2 quests to go and kill big alien bulky looking things with tongues that wiggle, and I honestly can't describe them. You have to look at them. And then Makeys, which are basically cats with tentacle paws that chain cast things that hurt melee. So if you're melee, when you see them casting, run away. Don't die. But what it does is you come in here and you do those 2 quests. You may have a campaign, 1 or 2, that you could do if you wanted to, and you go back up. And then after you turn them in, he'll tell you to go kill the same mobs again. Do that again, and then I'll get you to 25. After hitting 25, you'll come back to the fortress. And then what will happen is you'll have a quest called Abyss Attack. I'm positive it's Abyss Attack, or something into the Abyss. If you look at your quest log, it'll be a campaign level 25. It'll be in its own little bracket, which is the attunement to get to the Abyss. It'll tell you to go to Pandemonium, do some talking in Panda. A bunch of it is basically running between this building and this building, just back and forth 2 or 3 times. And then you come down this way, and then go back into the first room and talk to the guy. He's like, yeah, I'm ready. And then you go back, and then you go back to Morheim. And you talk to the teleporter dude, which is right here. talk to the teleporter dude, and then he tells you to like basically fly a circle around, go through all the rings, follow. They made a nice little pretty wind stream, so if you can't see the rings, just follow the little wind stream. You'll make it in time. Don't worry. I mean, you might not make it if you've got soul sickness, but that's about it. After doing that, if you look up here, and this little thing right here, if you look up, you'll see a big circle-y looking thing, kind of like that. This big circle-y on my screen, but it's like really light blue, and you can, there's a cogwheel. Right click on it. You might have to click it a couple times because I don't know what they've done with their cogwheels, but it's really buggy, and sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. If you're going to run out of flight time, just fly down and wait again. It's really annoying 9 times out of 10. But once you get to the abyss, you go to the abyss, you'll start off in this building right here, or this island right here. There will be a campaign quest to basically run around here and run all around in this area, back and forth a couple times, talk to some people, and then they send you, oh damn, they send you over here, and there'll be a pillar. I think it's right here. There'll be a pillar with NPCs on it. It might be right here. Pretty sure it's this one. There'll be a pillar with NPCs. You talk to the NPCs. One of them is like speaking Balar, which you go over in this area and you pull a Balar. No, it is the first one. You pull a Balar. You get it to like, I want to say 25% health, and then you run back to the pillar, and then it cues a cutscene. And then you basically go back and forth between Primum Landing and Pandemonium, back and forth, I think 2 times, maybe 3. And you go back, and then one of the neat things about this quest is it actually teaches your character how to read Balar. So when you were like fighting Balik mobs ever, you know how it shows up as like scribbles. You can't understand what the words are because they're all jumbled. It will actually translate it to your client, so you can read it. So you can be like, haha, I can actually read what he's saying now. It's a pretty neat little thing that they've implemented. I haven't seen many games do it. Then again, many games are just not good. But after doing that quest, unfortunately for anybody on Tiamat right now, we own the fortress. Anybody on Tiamat who is responsible for this, I'm calling you out right now. You're a dick. Don't do that shit. Nobody cares about lower forts. But what happens is when this fort right here is not blue, there'll be a quest to come and save some dudes on this island. No, it's this island. There's some dudes to save some dudes on this island. You run in, there'll be a camp right here, an entrance right there. There should be a couple mobs posted around. You go in, you talk to a dude, and then you run him up here, avoiding as many mobs as possible, but make sure he doesn't get too far from behind you, because he will despawn and you'll have to do it again. And after doing that, you run back to here, in this place, and then you turn the quest in. Actually, no, it's not back there. You go back over here. I'm pretty sure you talk to her, and then you go back and then talk to them. This will get you 25 to 26, including the prerequisite quests to get into the Abyss. If it doesn't get you 25 to 26, talk to this dude right here. He will teleport you on, I think, this side of the ring. And then what you do is you fly down over here. Fly down this way to, I think it's like, it's somewhere in this area. There'll be a guy with a repeatable to fly over here to kill some ghosts to fly back. This is one of the ways you can do 25 to like 29. This is, if you're going to solo and skip instances 100% of the time and not even bother with instances, 25 to 29 will be grinding on this island. The reason being, you make a bunch of money because there's a bunch of rare spawns of these ghosts. They spawn on a 45-minute to 1-hour basis. They spawn, you kill them, they can drop anywhere between 1 green to like 5 per character. And then after you kill them, you go back, you turn it in, you go back, you back and forth. It's a repeatable quest. It's a rep. I don't know that is. That's not a campaign. It is repeatable. Dark blue repeatable. You can do it a couple times, a few times. If you're a fan for grinding, do this to 29. But if you like to play with people, do it to 26. At hitting 26, you will go back to Asmodian, you'll go to Morheim, come here, and then this thing right here, you know, let me clear this. This little thing right here, there'll be 2 NPCs standing there. He'll give you 3 quests. It'll be Malevolent, or something Malevolent. Can't remember what it's. Something Malevolent, just go with that. Something Malevolent, something to pick up boxes, and then something to slay all 4 of the named mobs in there. This is an instance known as NTC. Most people, well, not most people, I prefer to duo it. 2 people only, a healer and a DPS, preferably a cleric, and basically any DPS on the planet can duo it, providing your cleric knows what heals are. I would hope he does by the time he's level 26. But if not, you can trio it, even if you want to. You trio it, you duo it, it should get you 26 to 28 at the least. 29 if you duo. I prefer to duo because the more levels I can skip, the better. You do it's 28 or 26 to 28, maybe 29 if you duo it. Full clear the instance because of experience. Instances grant more experience per kill. Not to mention the less people you have in the group, even more amount of experience you get. That's why duoing and trioing is just fabulous for experience. At hitting 28, if you don't hit 29, come to the Desert Garrison, and there'll be a quest to kill villagers up in here. Up in here. You kill the villagers up there. There'll be, I think there's a named mob. Wait, hold up, pause. Okay, so this is the layout. I think he's right here. There's a boss mob right there, and then there's a rare spawn right there. The rare spawn has a lot of health. If you're not fond of kiting, don't go there, because he will hit you and you will die very hard, because he'll call friends. A thing to note is anybody in this game that has the name Sentinel, Scout, Envoy, they all detect hide. So for all you Sins and Rangers trying to sneak around the place, don't fuck with those mobs. They will see you. They will pull you out of hide, and 9 times out of 10, they will cry and complain to friends to come and kill you. Sentinels in the Kintari village they'll be like, oh, I need help. So make sure when you're pulling them, pull 1 at a time, because there's a high chance that it'll end up being 2 or 3. This will be 28 to 29 if you duoed, or even more than that in NTC. 27. If you make it to 27, you can do 27 and 29 here too. There'll actually be a bunch more quests to come down and around. Come down here, you go up this area. The catch about this fortress, the Fortress of Sorrow, they're Ghost Elios mobs. They're relatively weak. Some of them blind, some of them will rip off your buffs if you don't kill them fast enough. But the most notable fact is they respawn super quickly. Like, say for instance you kill your way up this path, you get to about here. If you decide to like run and jump off this edge to start over again, these mobs will be back up again down here. Every time. You just do like this little weird figure 8 pattern. But there's actually a campaign quest to collect armor all along this path, and you go up here. And then there'll be a named mob right here. What he does is he drops the Archon armor. These guys drop the weapons. You might have a quest up here called like Ancient Coins. That's what it is, the Ancient Coins. He drops the armor, they drop the weapons and the chess pieces, or I think it's like money. Yeah, it's money, weapons, chess piece is on the mobs on the green line. The red mob drops the chess piece. The first... I mean, the whole point of this is just to like kill these mobs and do those 2 quests. There'll be 1 quest in the garrison to come up here and do this. There'll be a campaign quest that just tells you to get like 10 spirit essences all along this line. You get your 10 spirit essences, you run back. And as you come this way, there's one thing you should watch out for, is a boss mob called King Concierge. He's level 43, he will kill you. But you'll come back here, you'll sprinkle the dust in this area, fairy dust, you go back, port to Morheim, turn it in. This whole zone should get you 27, 28 to 29, guaranteed every time. At hitting 29, you'll come to the Slag Bulwark and do basically any and every quest that this thing has to offer you. Wow, I did seriously not discover any of this on this sim? Huh. But you come up and around here, and there's some mobs all over here, there's mobs down here. Kill all the quests! Kill all the mobs. Turn in the quests. You'll hit 29, 30. 30 to 31, you come over here. That's not an arrow. Come to the Sky Temple. You have a quest called 3 Keys. You go to Morheim, you come to the Sky Temple, you'll come over in this area, and there'll be a mob right here. Let's use red. Because he's a fire element. Red. Do you not understand red? Red is a fire elemental. His name is Boulagon. He tells you to go to all 3 of these entrances in the Sky Temple. There's a couple ways you could do this. You could, like, Speedy Gonzales the runs, where you go straight to the finish if you know how the temple is situated. But personally, I tend to full clear the whole instance. Because for one, there's nobody competing with you for mobs. They grant pretty decent experience. And there's nobody competing with you for mobs. This should be, like, self-explanatory. There'll be 3 rooms, 1 room like this, 1 room that's like a double circle, and then like this triple room that's over here, which is the fire room. This is the bottommost, so you can actually go from fire to this one if you wanted to fly to different versions. Up to you. I tend to full clear it, mostly because it'll get you from 30 to 31. 32 if you use a boost. Who cares about boosts? We don't pay money for free-to-play games. What are we, crazy? You get to 31. Upon hitting 31 in this zone, if you don't hit 31 doing that, I'd say grind a couple of the rooms, but if you're seriously opposed to grinding, there's a couple repeatables at the Slag Bulwark that you can do again. At hitting 31, you come down... Wow, this is embarrassing. How have I seriously not been down there? This village right here... Man, how did I skip this? This village right here has a couple quests that'll tell you to go up and around here to kill some mobs. And then it'll tell you to come down around here to kill some mobs. There's feather quests, there's the ones in the first green circle that now has like yellow dashes on it, are Spriggans, wolves, and then scorpions. You go in, you kill those quests, you come back, you turn them in, you go and upon turning them in, they'll give you another one like, go avenge my mother! Like, these guys like peeing your mom's Cheerios or some shit, who cares? It's experience. You come back up here, and you kill the Spriggans again, because apparently they killed this guy's mother. And then, after doing that, you go back. That'll hit you 32. It'll open up some even more quests. Wait a second. 32, yeah. And then it opens some more quests up down in this area, like for the claws over down here, some crestliches up in this area, and then I think there's Ragos over here in this area. And there's, of course, some miscellaneous wolves up and around this area. These 3 quests right here that are connected by that yellow line, run back, turn it in, and then grind the mobs in this area. 32 to 33. Actually, you're 32. You can do what you want. After doing those quests, at least, do I have it uncovered? Yeah, I do. Cool. Wow, that's way off. Oh well. I needed this map uncovered. At hitting 32, after you do those quests, you should be at 32 and a half. I'm looking for the bridge. That's the bridge. There it is. This right here, there's a little camp right here. It's coin quests. This will be your first taste of actual Aion. What you do is you pick up the quests. You pick up all those quests actually, because why would you have to do any more repeatables than you'd need to just to minimize or maximize your output? You come in here, you kill these mobs. There'll be a quest in that camp that you just came from to get obsidian horns up in this area. There should be these little obsidian gorgons all up in this area. Look at that green bacon. You kill the gorgons, you kill the cow golems that are up in the area, pat the same path. And there's like a bunch of little bastards up here called like fungies. They fire damage. When you hit them, there's a chance you may get fire sparkle, which is a fire debuff. They cast their own fire debuff, so you have 2 fire debuffs. If you've got dispel pots, use them. Fire damage hurts. The little bastards, as much health as they don't have, they still hurt. Then there'll be a quest to come over here and kill wrathful petrolhulks. and you kill those restful Hulks. Go back after you've done that whole set of quests, turn them in, you'll hit 33. More quests will open up to come up in this area, and then kill Mighty Hulks. And then I think there's a named mob right there-ish. To kill him, do both of those quests again, and this repeatable, that'll get you 33.5, and then you basically do this coin quest till 36. There's literally no faster way you can do 32 to 36 other than that coin quest right here. Let's write that down. 32, 36. Other than, I mean, popping a boost and soloing Fire Temple or something ridiculous. I mean, you could do that if you wanted to. Up to you. But at 36, you come here. This is an observatory. Let's clear the map again. Okay, this is Camp 1, flight path. I just want dots for flight paths. You have to fly from Morheim to here, to here, to here. You teleport over here, there'll be a batch of quests. Pick up every single quest around this observatory. Every single one of them. They all grant really good experience. Well, happy. I need to stop yawning. You'll come down here, and it's like this weird figure 80 pathy thing. I mean, I don't have the map uncovered right now for some odd, strange reason. There's some weird little mappy thingy. There'll be trolls all in this thing. They call it an amoeba, but I don't even call it an amoeba. There'll be trolls, there'll be abexes up in and around this little area. I know that much, that right there. The abex is there, and then there'll be like various water spirits and earth spirits and sparkles and sparkies, and then cow golems all over in this area. That tumor. Do all of these quests at that hideout. One thing to note is when you're killing cow golems, you're not looking for broad. You're looking for jeweled. Many people have come to me and they're like, bro man dude, I can't find these cow golems to save my life, or they have like the shittiest drop chance ever, it's ridiculous. I ask them what mobs they're killing and they say, oh yeah, we're killing broad cow golems. And you tell them you need to kill the jeweled cow golems because that's the ones that drop the quest mobs, the quest items. I think you need to kill like 3 or 4 of them now instead of the usual 7 it used to be. So it has gotten much easier. This will get you 36 to 37. 37 on it's pretty touchy, touch and go. At hitting 37, you'll come to this zone. You'll never go back to Morheim again. Following this guide, you'll never go back to Morheim other than to go to the Abyss because you have Morheim teleport scrolls for who knows what reason. You'll hit 37, you'll come here. You'll go up in... Okay, that's that. Where is... This is the entrance. You come this way. Yep. There'll be a lady up in this area. She has a dark blue quest called, I think, a Dark and Cloudy Shugo. I want to say. It's an attunement quest to get into Chromage Trial. No, this is, damn. Suspicious Stigma. You talk to her, and what happens is she'll send you to a little Shugo down in this little area. It's actually down over here. It's like right here. The Shugo, you talk to him, you talk to her again, back and forth. You go to Panda for some reason. Basically follow that quest chain to the finish, which will then... Flight paths in this game are kind of weird. You gotta fly down here to fly up here. So fly to Redmane, fly up here, turn in the quest. Should be a girl right here named Bridget. Turn it into her, and she'll be like, oh, you want to go into the nightmare now? And then you go and do that solo instance. That solo instance is the most notable solo instance in the game, seeing as it gives you ridiculous amounts of experience up into level 45. Do this on cooldown. It comes off cooldown. There'll be 4 quests. There's her, there's a guy over here, there's a guy to the left. Okay, zoom in further. There's a guy right here, guy right here, guy right here, and then there's a gold coin dude right here. I think there's like one more somewhere in this area, somewhere in this zone. I can't remember where. After your first time doing it, you can go through and kill everything you want, but the catch is the only quest you can do is the one that attunes you to the instance. So So you follow the main story, figure out who the hell Crowmeat is, why she's in there, why she's committing genocide upon random people who aren't really random. You follow the storyline. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who's never played the game before. And after you do that, that should get you from 37 to almost 38. There'll be a couple quests in this zone, in that camp, a little couple yellow ones. Right, back up, hold up, yellow. Do some quests. There'll be one to kill ghosts, come up and around here to kill these ghosts, then come back. There'll be one of them called Thawing Golfberg. That is, you need to do that quest. You talk to the tree's like, hey man, we need to go and save the Deku tree. He'll talk to him again, he'll give you an essence. I lied about the Morheim thing. You come back to Morheim, you come to this tree, you talk to this dude, that tree guy right there, I think his name is Anoramus. Talk to those two, and then you go to the Abyss, bottom level. This is what the Isle of Approach. There'll be a flaming guy right there. You talk to him, and he'll give you his essence also. You go all the way back to Bluesland. Back to the tree guy right here. He's like, oh hey, you found my shit. Cool, awesome. Go save the Deku tree. You come up in here. Look at this corridor right here. You come into this corridor. That looks like a corridor. Go into the corridor, you'll see this big frozen Deku tree. Use all 3 essences, wake him up, ask him some questions. Go back to the dude, report your findings. After you've done both of those that quest and the ghost quest, you should be 38. If you're not 38, tell me. I will call bullshit, and I'll be like, you did something wrong. Because it is not physically possible to do the trial, the ghost quest, and Thawing Golfberg and not hit 38. It's like guaranteed to give you 38. It might be 38 and 2-3 bars, maybe. At 38, you then go way over here, and then even further north, because I could draw maps up into this camp. Pick up all the quests you can, with the exception of anything that says gathering, unless you like to gather and have max level gathering. But then grab the gathering quests, you masochistic fool, because fuck that noise. Grab the gathering quests, grab all the quests, do all the quests. You'll be going all around this area like a retarded monkey. 38, 39. Do all the quests. That'll get you 38 to 39. You also get a quest called Light Up the Lighthouse, because you did Thawing Golfberg. Thawing Golfberg is the single most important quest in this guide. If you don't do it, you will fuck yourself and you'll hate it. After doing Thawing Golfberg, it'll open up 2 new quests, which will be, what's it? There's this Glaciant the Hardy, and then Light Up the Lighthouse. No, it's just Glaciant the Hardy. Light Up the Lighthouse, you talk to this dude, he's all like, oh hey, there's some piratey guy. You come over here in front of the pirate ship, kill the pirate, open your cube, go to your special cube, read the letter, tells you to come over here. Upon entering this little hideouty thing, as you're coming in here, there'll be a little entrance to this place. There'll be this box. If you're looking at it, it'll be like this. There'll be a stick that goes like this. This is a box right here. And there'll be the red chest right here. The red chest. It's the one that's hiding in the books in the far right corner. You'll kill 2 mobs to get to it. That chest always has the quartz lens. Always. You pick up that. You could kill your way through this and just keep killing your way all the way up the mountain. And then once you get to the lighthouse, there'll be an elevator. It takes you to the top. Go right there. You put the little quartz thing up at the top. You run around the outside of the elevator. You'll see a crystal in some sort of like beer mug holding type mechanism, and then there'll be one that's missing. You put the one that's missing on the thing that's missing, and this is when you get to experience gliding. Is fucking awesome for the first time. You can glide from here all the way back to here. Turn it in, that'll hit you 39. 39 to 40, you'll do... It'll open up a whole nother batch of best for quests. So I'll do this to recognize more quests. Do that whole new batch. After you do that whole new batch, you'll then get a quest called... well, you'll have it upon doing Light Up the Lighthouse, called Siren's Treasure. Talk to the dude in camp, come over here, come into this place. You will fly, I think it's like right here. There'll be a naked mermaid lady. You can zoom in and be like, hey, boobies, yay! After you get the boobies, talk to the boobies. The boobies will send you south. Like, I want to say it's either... No, wait. Yeah, it's this one. Come here. On top of this thing, there'll be another naked mermaid lady floating around. She's a 5-dot. She hits pretty hard. Be careful. Bring potions. After you kill her, you talk back to this lady. She's all like, oh, hey, hold up. Let me get you something. And then you sit there and you twiddle your thumbs. You literally tell the mob you're twiddling your thumbs. And then it'll send you back to back to the dude over here. One he's blue, one he's red. Send you back to this dude, and he gives you a title called Easy Mark, which increases your run speed by 4%, which is crazy awesome for leveling. And then you get a flight time necklace. Not that it matters, because flight time necklaces are pretty irrelevant. After doing that, and then all these quests that are up in this area, you should hit 40. If you don't hit 40, I call bullshit. You did something wrong. At 40, if you look over here, where's the map again? Where is it? There it is. Right here, there'll be a Shugo. It has one of these quests. The blue one. It's an attunement quest. Does SR. You talk to him. He teleports you to a ship. You talk to another Shugo. You talk to his bag. You talk to Shugo again. You hit the scroll. And then what happens is it ports you way the fuck over here. You're like, what the fuck am I doing over here? What's going on? After going way the fuck over here, you can kill an Elios if you see one. If their name is purple, don't touch them. Don't be a dick. If their name is purple, don't touch them. If their name is pink, pray to God they don't touch you. 99.9% of the time they'll kill you because you're fucking red to them all the time, because purple and red are the same color. How that makes sense is beyond me. Colorblind or something. I think they're colorblind. You get sent to here. You're basically in the middle of fucking nowhere. You return. If you don't have return, type in /escape, and that'll take you to wherever your return is. You'll then, I think, you'll then have to go to Pandemonium. Yeah. You go to Pandemonium. I think it's either this Shugo or the Shugos up here. After talking to them, you can go into this place. Steel Rake Mid. Well, it used to be Steel Rake Mid. It's now Steel Rake Cabin. Fucking retards. Can't believe they did that shit. But don't enter over there. There's actually a fast track entrance right here. There are two Shugos standing there. One of them sends you to cabin. One of them doesn't send you to cabin. The one that sends you to cabin is the only one that says, do you want to go to Steel Rake Cabin? And you're like, yes I do. Go to SR Cabin. Full clearing, I wouldn't usually suggest. Just kind of try to make sure that you hit 41 in the first run. If you have the full clear, so be it. Do it. Bosses give loot. The last boss has a chance to give you level 44 gold run speed boots, which are fantabulous, because I think I'm even wearing them on the sim. That's how hardcore I am. Look at that. Look at these boots. How hardcore I am. Fucking level 62 with 44 boots. Represent. After you hit 41, then it starts my favorite part of the questing. 41 to like 44 is... I just absolutely love it for some reason. The no instance version is basically you go here, grab all the quests. It'll tell you to kill mobs all up in this bitch, all up over here, and then all down, and then some mobs down there. Careful down in this bottom south area. Down here, some of these mobs are elite. They hurt. Don't touch them. But these mobs, this questing hub is my single most favorite questing hub in the game. I don't know why. It's probably because I've never seen snow, and snow is the most fascinating thing in the world because it's like frozen water raining that's not icicles and killing people. It's just soft and snow. But do all these quests. There'll be two ladies. There'll be a lady right here and the dude inside the hut. They give you two quests. After you turn them in, the lady outside will give you... Oh, sweet. Was that us? That was us. Awesome. The lady that lady, after you turn in the first quest to kill 5 things and 5 on another thing, she'll give you 2 quests to kill 5 of the same things, and both of those quests involve killing the same things, the same amount of them. So after you kill them, make sure you loot them because they drop skins and then meat. Turn those in. If you don't hit 42 down there, there's abandoned campsite down here. There's a guy in this cabin, or this little hut-looking thing. I don't know how he stays alive. That shit looks cold, yo. And that cabin, or the tent, sure as fuck ain't protecting him from frost. His name is Dewey. He tells you to go and kill mobs all up in this bitch, all around here. Like some alien-looking things that the Lefertists created. I can't remember the lore to save my life as to how they were created. They're called Praetors, and then Kirans, which are basically the tigers of the game. You kill those, you go back, turn it in, you kill him again because he has another quest. I won't get into the nostalgia that I had while I played this. That looks like a phallic symbol. Awesome. It's not, it's just circle some down here and then circle some. Yeah, there we go. It doesn't look like a phallic symbol. But this should hit you 41 to 42. 42 to 43, you'll do a batch of red main quests. Grab most of the quests. The path is this. Come down here, come down there. Kill all the mobs up in this area. You jump, like right here, you fly down, you kill some mobs up in this area. Come up this way, you kill some mobs up in this area. You keep going up here, then you go this way, and then there should be a couple more mobs, like all along this path, that you might need to kill. And then you go back to the cabin and turn it in. And then that should hit you 43. If it doesn't hit you 43, you could always go back and do Chromeage Trial. Do Chromeage Trial every time it's off cooldown. If you get too far ahead, like Chromeage Trial runs can get you anywhere between like 75% of a level to a level and a half, depending on how many mobs you kill, how many quests you do, if you kill the bosses or not, anything optional like that. Do those every chance. Chromeage Trial is the single most important thing in the game because you need to run it as much times as possible because the experience gain is still greater than any mob you can kill in the world till 45. And you can kill them crazy fast because they have a third of the health. And there's like loot in there and stuff that you can get for yourself. But after hitting 43, it was 42, 41 to 42, 42 to 43 is right here. You hit 43, 43, 44. There should be a couple more quests down in this area if you want to do them. Up to you. I like that zone. I do them. But after turning those in, you'll basically get a whole nother batch of the same quest from the same people telling you to do the same path that you just did. Do it again. Go do Chromeage Trial again. If not, you can always take out these optional mobs. This whole area right here is like optional questing zone. I tend to skip it because I honestly don't know why I tend to skip it. Probably it's because it's just out of the way of this whole streamlined path of victory. If you don't hit 44, you'll hit 44 on that. 44, it'll open up a whole another third set of quests right here. Same path, but this time it'll be a heavier emphasis on this Spirit Valley that you need to do. I'm not going to say that you need to do Hoarfrost Diplomacy Campaign and Glaciant to Hardy at certain levels. Just make sure you do them between 40 and 44 so you can get optimal experience out of them. Should you choose to skip them, congratulations sir, you are crazy. Those are the two quests that I never don't skip. But all of this right here is like 41 to 44. The third quest is observing the Blueslin Observatory. This one is optional. Sometimes I don't even do it because I'm just having too much fun, having a blast. But to do it is you talk to the first mob, I think it's Thor in the cavern somewhere. You come up here, and there'll be a little bitty teleporty guy right here. It'll teleport you right there. But what will happen is talking to this guy will put you, pretty sure it's on this cliff thing. You've run down here, run over here, run up this thing, talk to this guy, girl, ghost lady in the observatory. She'll tell you to go get a book from Panda, or talk to a guy in Pandemonium to figure out why shit's broke, yo. Go talk to Panda, do the same little run-through that I just did right there. She'll tell you to kill like 3 etheric field generators. If you have a bow or any sort of ranged abilities, use it on those generators. Because upon killing the generator, it'll spawn... No, actually, hitting the generator 4 times will spawn 2 mobs. But they won't aggro to you if you ranged attack them. Which is like the most broken thing in the world for some reason. I just bow them down. I don't care if it takes a little longer. I just bow them down because it take even longer to kill 3 mobs. And then she's like, hey, you fixed the shit. And then one of these steps actually takes you to the abyss. And let's clear this. Takes you to the abyss and tells you to fly under the sun. If you don't have any flight scrolls or any sort of flight increase boost movement speed, I would suggest you coming up and around this way, standing like right here, waiting for full flight time, and then flying under the sun. Because if you want to go from here to there in one shot, it takes, I want to say, 2.5 minutes of flight time with 3 36-second potions. I don't know exactly how much that is. I think that's like close to 4 minutes of just flying straight in a line. I suggest against it, don't do it. Take like the express routes so you don't totally fuck yourself. Shit's painful, yo, when you fall to your death and it instantly ports you to where your return is, and your return is nowhere close. But that's the observatory. I usually tend to skip it because there's a lot of running around for like an okay amount of experience. But that will get you so far you should be 1 to 45. This is where I tend to kind of like totally ignore soloing. Upon hitting 45, I kick it into, well, fuck it, you know what, let's do the soloing guide. Soloing, because I did it before. 45, you go to Brustonen. Come down to the, you start up down there, you fly up here, it'll be a village. There'll be a crazy lady. Okay, flight math is right. Be 2, 3 people right here in this little area. They give you growth quests. They're like the single most important thing to do. It'll give you 4 growth quests that follow along the lines of your campaign quest. So you grab those 4 growth quests, you start doing your campaigns, which take you go up here. No, wait. Go up this way, talk to some dude up here. He's all like, oh my god, what happened? Wait, you come up here, you talk to the dude. She tells you to come up here and do this lady. Basically kill your way all along this path. You need to kill skeletons, you need to kill spiders, you need to kill the bat-looking things. You don't need to kill the ghosts. I mean, you can if you want. I hate Elios, so I kill a couple of them because fuck those assholes in their afterlife. Shouldn't even be alive in the first place. And then it tells you to gather 10 poisons around this area. Some like poisons up in this area. Gather 10 poisons. You turn your growth quests in at the main base, and the growth quests will actually give you the other items that you're missing for your campaign quest. So after you get them, you turn them in, you come back down here, you knock on a tombstone, and he's all like, oh, what happened? Why is this thing broken? Fuck you, man, what's going on? It then tells you to come down here, the Wailing Cliffs. Pretty sure they start right here. I tend to kill this area like 3 or 4 times over to complete the quest. The growth quest, there's a growth quest to kill these same mobs. You do the growth quest, you do the campaign quest, you head back to town. Upon heading back to town, I think that's Graves of the Red Sky Legion, right? Do I even have Brustonen anymore? Nope. Fuck. That's Graves of the Red Sky Legion. After you do that, take a sip of drink. I'm fucking talking a lot. After you do that, and you turn in those growth quests, you should hit 46. At hitting 46, you basically grab every quest that's available here, with the exception of the daily, or the repeatables, because repeatables fucking suck. I mean, I guess you could grab some repeatables. I grabbed a couple the first time I did it. Definitely grabbed a couple times after. Basically, you're grabbing any quests, including the 4 growth quests, but the quest to not do is Force Decon. which tells you to basically go into this gargantuan swamp area right here, and then like clean it up, and you're looking for like acidic shit stains on the floor. You don't want to touch those ever. That's just no fun. But those 3 ladies here, there'll be another lady that opens up. She gives you another quest. The third quest in the quest chain tells you to come up here. You talk to the dude. You come up here. You go. Where is Boo Boo Chan? Boo Boo Chan. I did this quest yesterday. I think he's right here. Talk to this guy. He's all like, "Oh, hey, go and fetch me some tasty meats." Come out here. You kill the dudes in the shells, and then the dudes that look like retarded walruses with teeth. And there'll be a guy called... There's a guy right here called Jackdaw. I usually do those quests because that's just, yay, Pirates of the Caribbean! I can pretend I'm a pirate today. But she sends you to basically kill any mobs along this thing in the water to get his compass, and then kill these pirates. Because I like killing pirates. It's a soothing quest. You do those quests, you do the blue quests that you have in that circle. There'll be 2 growth quests. There'll be 1 to grab the meat, 1 to kill the dudes, and then a 3rd one to kill the blob knights in the area. Do all 3 of them. You might have to return to Balthasar to turn him in. I think there might actually be a return-in guy somewhere in this area somewhere. I can't remember where. But honestly, I just go back to Balthasar. You turn in your growth quests. You fly back to Boo Boo Village with the yellow arrow. Fly back to Boo Boo Village. Upon hitting Boo Boo Village, you go north, talk to this guy, you're like, "Hey, I got your fucking meats, you asshole." He's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool, you got my meats." Well, I still don't know what the fuck's going on. So you then run up this way, and you run over here, come over here, and then you talk to this guy right here. Wait, pause. Talk to this guy right here. And upon talking to that guy, he's all like, "Oh, hey, I want to help you, but I can't because I don't have sufficient materials." And then you start to sit there and realize, like, I'm like a fucking gopher or some shit. What's going on? You run up to the Iolu Overlook, and then you fly to the barracks, and then you basically Leroy Jenkins your way all the way down this path, all the way up here, up into this tree. Look inside, there'll be like an opening to the bottom of a tree. As you go inside, there'll be some like glowy essence-y thing in the middle, and if you look to the left, there'll be like a book of leaves. You loot the book of leaves, and then you haul ass back this way. Back here. Depending on what server you're on and what kind of bots you're running, 9 times out of 10, there will be a shit ton of bots in this area. Killing mobs so you can just like basically follow the path of death. A thing to note though is when you're coming down this path, kill 4 protectors, warriors, hunters, or there's one more. Kill 4 of them, they're a growth quest, free experience, and platinum coins, because coins are amazing. You kill 4 of them, you go back, you fly back this way, and you go back to this guy right here. That's right there. Talk to him, he's like, "Okay, I can help you now." And he's like, "Oh yeah, go find the chest." And like, seriously, asshole? So you go back to Iolu Overlook, you go to Balthasar, you could choose to run through the jungle into the castle, or you could be not retarded. I would highly suggest this one, and fly over to this guy, clear your map, and basically like glide off this cliff and do like a loop around the castle and then enter the castle. But there is there's a little bitty chest right here that you gotta loot. You loot the chest, so like, "Oh hey, yay, I got the chest, it's got the key in it, so now I can end the instance, right?" And then the answer to that question is, no, you can't. Because fuck you. No fun allowed. After you get the chest, you go back to Balthasar Hill Village. I would return at this point, or / escape. Because this run back along this line is like the single most tedious thing, since the mobs in this area stun, and then the mobs in this area root. So it's like, "Oh hey, this is like a 30-second run back." But you're in water, so you're reduced by 20% already. Not to mention you're being stun locked by a gajillion alligators just like, "Hey, no, it's not allowed, stop that, no, mm-mm." And when you get back, you turn it in, and then it turns into the next batch of questing mayhem, which is, I think it's, you start here, you talk to this guy, you come this way, Somewhere in this area, there's another naked, siren-y looking thing, mermaid floaty stuff. Talk to her. She's like, hey, I can help you if only you get me some magical teardrops. This part is... if you're not a gunner, or a person who can heal yourself, or fear a mob, or chain stun a target for long... basically, if you don't know how to play your class at this point, you can't do this quest by yourself. Grab a friend, grab somebody from trade chat, somebody from LFG, who gives a shit. Just grab someone. And what it'll tell you to do is go back to Bluesland and go back to your favorite palace-y place. Come down here, run over here, run in here, fly around. And in this zone, it's it's this one. See this little thing right here, this little outlet. There'll be one mob right there, one Seafoam Spirit all by himself. You kill that one spirit, you switch channels, you kill the spirit, you switch channels, you kill the spirit, you switch channels, you kill the spirit. Because nobody likes to fight more than you have to. If you're not... switching channels has a 5-minute cooldown, so if it takes you longer than 5 minutes to kill the mob, God help you if it takes you 5 minutes to kill the mob. Go watch a YouTube video or something, go watch a stream, my stream, I'd be cool with that. Come hang out, could be bros. But in between channels, after you get all 3 of your tiers, you go back to Brestonin, and then you talk to this crazy lady. She's like, oh my god, no way, you saved me, yay! Awesome, who cares, nobody gives a fuck. Oh. And it tells you to go in here. If you want to do the solo route, that's where the path ends. That's where the route ends for you. You basically won't go any further than this, because you need a group to go into the next part. Upon hitting, that should hit you 47 at least, maybe 48, definitely be 47, because that's like all you did that whole level. At hitting 47, there's some quests that open up here, there's a bunch of quests that open up over here, and then some quests that open up here, and then there's even more quests in Baltahar Hill Village. Basically, if you see blue arrows on the map, do them. That should get you from 47 to 49. 49 to 50. Well, honestly, that got me from 49 to 50. 50. If you don't hit 50, there's a guy in the village. Where's the building? There's a building. There's a guy right here, 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 and here. One of them tells you to go kill ancient spirits. Which are these Elios douchebags all up and around in this area. Basically, go and kill 10 of them, come back, turn it in, go kill 10 of them, come back, turn it in. Do that for as long as you can, until you cannot take it. And then what you do is, you go back, and just keep doing that quest until you're 50. Or you can go kill brohums back and forth. I would suggest against the brohums, because you need 30 horns or something ridiculous like that. But it's really hard to like tell you what quest to do exactly in this area, because as many times as I've done it, there's just so much to do. Just complete any quests you see that are normal quests. You can go back and do Steel Rake Mid if you want to, up to you. That'll hit you 50. 50 to 51 is in Balaria. I'll take you to Pandemonium. He's all like, hey, let's go and teleport to places. You do a whole quest chain in Pandemonium, a bunch of running around. It's really boring. And then you port into Gelkmaros Fortress. 51, grab all the quests, as many as you can in this area, right here. 51 is when it starts getting, the leveling starts kinda getting funky and not really lining up perfectly. I mean, as many times as I've done it, I know the path. It's really hard to explain to people the exact path that I use, because it's, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just one of those things. Do the campaign quest. It basically tells you to go back and forth between this place, back and forth. Go back and forth, you come into here, you talk to some dudes, you come over here, you kill some dudes, you come into here, you talk to some dudes, you come over here, you go in a cave, you come back there and you talk to some dudes, and then you come back this way, and then you put like some magical eyeball down after you went to Pandemonium. That's that quest in a nutshell. That's literally it. Quests at this guard post you can do. I would do them. There's a guard post to the north, maybe. Can't remember. It might be. But a bunch of the quests in the fortress basically have you running like a headless chicken all over the fortress, turning them in, back and forth and back and forth. Just really boring shit, but it gets results. So I'm not going to complain. That should be 50 to 51. 51 to 52. After you do that first quest, you'll get another quest to tell you to come. Okay, so when you're in the fortress, one thing you'll notice is this right here, this little zone right here, and this little zone right here is elevated. You come in and then you go up the stairs and then come this way. You go onto this little pad right here and then you jump into the wind stream. You stay in the wind stream, you follow it all the way down this way. You do some weird ass loop thing over the netherworld for some reason. I have no clue why there would even be a loop there. It's just silly. Oh hey, let's do something cool. Follow the loop, you go this way. If you have the message in a wind stream, jump down into this thing, jump out of the wind stream early into this. You can jump out by like holding A or W. Like right click, hold A, W, you'll jump out of the wind stream, land on this pad, talk to the dude, then jump off the dude and then come over here. Do every single possible quest that there is to do right here. All of them, do them all. Tell you to kill mobs all up in this bitch. Zoom out a bit, move up a bit. What the hell is that? That's supposed to be a housing project or some shit. Tell you to come up here, kill some mobs up in the water. Some mobs up here. Quest hub around this area. You can do those quests too. Do the quests in this blue hub, and then do the quests in this giant green blue circle thingy. Another one is after you talk to a dude, he'll tell you to come down here, talk to a tree. The tree tells you to come down here, do laps around this thing, kill 10 of 2 mobs. It should be flying bubbly boobly thingies. Flying bubbly blabblies. And then like some poison sluggers or some shit. And you go back up and you talk to this dude and he's like, oh hey, yeah, awesome, you can save the trees now. And you're like, I'm a fucking hippie, god damn it. And he sends you into the instance. When you get in the instance, you hit inventory, and then you hit this little baggy thing right here, opens your special cube, sort mine, because damn, that's a ton of shit. Why do I have so much shit? God damn. Damn it, man. There'll be a ball looking thing that does like some AoE thingy, and then there'll be like a tree seed that you eat that'll turn you into like Super Saiyan mode 17, and then you're covered by trees, and then you have a health pool of close to 100,000 something. It's ridiculous. You have a ton of health. You're like immune to death. The red bubble does 5,000 AoE damage to up to 5 mobs, and then it cuts it in half for every mob after that. So basically you hit that button, you pull a bunch of mobs in a room, and you hit the button, and it does a little AoE spinny twirly thingy, and then you hit that on cooldown just like non-stop, just running through the instance, non-stop hitting that thing. Italics, damn, I can't go Italics to show you, poop. Italics Hollow, when you check all the rooms, look carefully at the ground, there'll be like little dirt piles that you need for a quest. The quest is called dirt piles. And then as you're running through, kill all the mobs. They grant pretty decent experience for as little effort as you have to put into killing them. If you're a gladiator, this is like your favorite place. You just, I'm a sit and spin, everything dies. After you AoE all those mobs, and you run through the instance, and do those initial quests in Gelkmaros, in those 2 areas, you should hit 52. 52 to 53 is basically every quest in here, and some repeatables in here, in this area. You do all the repeatables, you do all the quests. Well, you do all the quests first, and then you start doing the repeatables, because, I mean, I love grinding, I love doing repeatables. Not everybody loves grinding or doing repeatables. Guys are crazy. Koreans are brilliant when it comes to playing video games, obviously. And you do those. You hit 53 here. If you don't, you can come down and the subterranean observation post. There might be a couple quests here that you can talk to. It's basically a bunch of talking. I'm talking down there. If not, you can actually go to the Marchutin Priory. So when you come in this main building, here, and you go this way. Man, my computer's loud. Come in this way, there'll be a guy, there's a Crucible teleporter or some shit. That's me. Yeah, you talk to the Crucible teleporter, and what he does is he'll port you to Marchutin Priory. And once you get to the Priory, there will be a couple quests to like run around, like, oh hey, cool, I can run around and talk to people. You talk to people, familiarize yourself. You'll get, I think, about 10 million experience just talking to people, and you're like, this is ridiculous. What's going on here? You talk to a guy, he gives you an arena ticket. You talk to him again, he gives you another arena ticket, and gives you a harmony ticket. That is something that you gotta go and find out yourself. I'm not gonna explain that. This is a leveling guide. But there will be another guy that says Trial of the Crucible, Crucible's Finest, Crucible something. What you do is there'll be 2 doors in the Priory. One door, the door that's furthest to the right, like as you enter and you look right, you'll see a door. That's the solo instance. You go in there, you do the solo instance. I mean, it's crap experience, but you get Crucible tokens, and the first time you do it, you get a quest. When you turn it in, I think it gives you 5.7 million experience, so it's like, hey, I spent 10 minutes and got a shit ton of experience. Cool. The things to note is the first room is pretty much straightforward. You kill a bunch of trees, you kill a big tree. Second room, you kill like things fighting each other. The third room, after you port out of that, there'll be like some poppy event. I usually just sit for that because fuck that pig. Third room will be, I think the third room is wait, hold up. Third room, it's a chance to be several rooms, but there'll be 3 mobs and a boss. You kill the 3 mobs and the boss, and then there'll be a chest in the center. You open the chest, then there'll be a boss in the center. After killing the boss, 3 chests will appear. You basically praise whatever RNG gods you're worshipping that evening, that you get a boss mob. Like, if you kill 3 pets, the final chest will have anywhere between 100 and 250. Crucible insignias. Crucible insignias are great for gear. I mean, leveling gear. Awesome. Sweet. Makes leveling less painful. The 4th room is one of the ones to note. The 4th room, 1 mob, it will be a preceptor. Either the... what is it? It's... fuck. What are they? It's warrior, priest, mage... I can never remember what the assassin's class base is. Rogue? I want to say rogue. I think it's rogue. Whatever the assassin base class is, I can't remember right now. I'm not going to sit there and think about it. But if you get the assassin base class, she has a bow, she hits pretty hard, it hurts. You gotta kill her before she kills you, she goes into hide. The warrior does... The warrior's a gladiator, he does a bunch of AoE stuff, throws cleaves, bunch of knockdowns. The cleric, or the priest, is a cleric. She kind of just sit there and like throws a spell or two, resist that shit. It's easy peasy. The is that mage, sin, warrior? The mage is a mage. She hurts a ton, but she's really squishy. After that, you'll get like a trade broker, the general goods guy, or the godstone dude. Godstone dude you need to watch out for because he gives himself a buff that can one-shot you if you get hit by him. They can be slowed, they can be stunned, they can be rooted, they can be CC'd. But the final boss, as you engage him, is like this big, giant, angry-looking thing with some pole army-looking thing. He does, the first thing he casts is an AoE stun. You can remove shock out of it. It's like, hey, fuck you, remove shock. And then he does another one, I think it's like Rift Adrift or some shit like that, and he'll, like, teleport you to an alternate reality in the same room, and it summons 3 ads. Kill the 3 ads ASAP, and go back to killing him. At the end of that, you turn it in. That's a solo instance breakdown right there. Done. Awesome. Cool. Turn that in. Come out. Whatever quest you didn't do, if you hit... That should have hit you 53. If you didn't, there's always, like, coin repeatables you can come and do down here. Apparently that's a phallic symbol. There's a bunch of repeatables you can do down there, just back and forth. It's really fast, pain-free. 54 to 55, I grind, and not like, oh my god, no questing? Like, no, I quest grind. Right here, there's a dude right here, a dude over here, a dude right here, and a dude right here. Pick up this quest, this quest, this quest. This one I usually skip, because you gotta pay Kina for it, and I don't like spending money on quests for experience. I mean, who the fuck does that? I'm like, I'm not paying you to give me experience. I'm paying you with time, bitch. Take what you like. But you take these 3 quests, what you do is you come out, you do a circle, you kill the mobs. After you kill all these mobs in here, you go north. Run north. There'll be a bunch of mobs up in this bitch. Be like some little statues. Kill those. Kill enough of those, and then you come back down this way. After I wipe my map, and you come back down this way, and then there'll be like ghosts all up in this zone. Kill the ghosts. You turn it in. You do that as many times as it takes for you to level. I think going out and doing them and then coming back is anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5 bubbles per round. So, I mean, you're not going to do all of them, but you'll do them enough that you'll probably not want to do them for a while. And that should get you 55 easy peasy. 55 to 56 is done in Sarpan. Fuck this place, I hate this place. When you get to Kamar, grab all the quests you can in the capital. Kamar is the capital of Sarpan. I mean, it's the only town in Sarpan, and they want to call it the capital. Fucking crazy people. A bunch of it's like running around in like pentagonal shape patterns of annoyance because nobody likes running around. Run around, do all that shit. After you've talked to everybody like 500 times, you know the map inside and out because you've been everywhere every fucking time. After that, what you do, see, look at this. Look at all this text. Look at all this text everywhere. It's ridiculous. After that, you'll get a campaign quest. There'll be a dude standing like right here, and a dude, yeah, there'll be a dude there. Talk to this dude. Come down here, run around this thing. Come in here, grab these quests. All of them. All of those quests. Wait, is Anthraum Skyforge? I'm pretty sure Anthraum Skyforge is 55. Yes, it is. Should you choose to go this way first, grab all those quests, do all these quests, all these mobs up in this area. I mean, there's like, depending on what time of day it is, there's one of them. The first batch, yeah, it has to be daytime, because they're like little puppy dogs, and they're really cute, and you're like, oh, it's so cute, I want to kill it. And then you kill it. It's the puppies. Basically, every mob that you see in this blue amoeba-looking shape thing, you need to kill for a quest. 12 of them. Kill them all. Genocide. Murder. No survivors. The yellow campaign quest should have you come into this door, go in here, you kill 10 mobs, and then you basically, you either return or like Leroy Jenkins your way in and around this place, and you end up popping out right there. You're like, how the fuck did I get here? What's going on? But when you come out, you turn it in. Basically, do every single campaign quest in Kamar as soon as you can. But after you do this first batch, fly up to Gardeldar. Wow, that's retarded. And then after you've done the first campaign, it'll be like, oh, hey, I need to go meet an Imperium Lord in the middle of fucking nowhere because, well, he's got to hide himself because he's an Imperium Lord or some shit because apparently you can't see gods or something like that. It's ridiculous. I mean, can't you see gods? Go up here. You'll have a quest from the main city, from Kamar. It'll be for Doom Fortress is what it's called. It's a pretty menacing name, Doom Fortress. I'll take you up here, talk to this dude. He's all like, oh, hey, cool, awesome, talk to me. And then you talk to him. And he's like, oh, hey, go in here. I found a bro in there that's all like, dude, I can help you through shit. You go into the solo instance. It's a bunch of killing stuff. You talk to, like, some Balik dude. He's like, yeah, I'm just a spy. I'm just dressed like this. I don't think he's really a spy. I think he's actually a Balar mob working for us. Crazy hypocrites. You do the solo instance, full clear the place. But a thing to note is after you kill the first boss, the atrium will open, and as you go down the atrium and turn right, you'll see some little like crystal structure thing on this right side. Right click on it, it'll have a cogwheel, it'll give you a health buff, a mana buff, and it'll increase your attack speed by redonkulous. That just makes the whole instance easy peasy. After you've done that, the first time you do it, you get like the main quests from the one dude, from the one Balik mob. So after you kill the first boss, talk to the Balik mob, kill the second boss, talk to the Balik mob, kill the third boss, and it ports you out. After you've done it the first time, it'll open up like 7 quests outside the instance, and then like another 5 inside the instance. So the second time you do that, you will get a level inside of there. It's ridiculous. But that should get you 55 to 56, maybe 57 if you do these quests. Grab these quests around the fortress for The Garlandine Village has got a bunch of quests to tell you right around there. The Refugee Way Station actually has a couple quests to come in the same zone to kill some of the same mobs. Do those, kill them all, genocide. Do the campaign quests. Should hit you 57, 56, 57. You should hit 57 there. If not, you go back to Kamar, and as you're progressing along the lines of your campaign quest, you'll come down to this little nifty village, Twilight Twisted Land Outpost. Grab every quest there, and then there'll be like some statue looking thing, like the ones that you see in Pandemonium. It looks like it's holding a shield. It actually kind of looks like a League of Legends turret, now that I think about it. You right click on it, it'll teleport you down here. Pick up all these quests, basically run through this path, killing everything, and then come back, turn them in, and then run through this path. It's like this weird ass, like, kind of bends in this way kind of path type thing. Kill all the things, turn back, turn them in, and then after you've turned all those in, you teleport back to this outpost. You kill spirits along this path. As you get up here, you jump down, you fly down over here. And you kill some more stuff, and then you just basically kill your way around. Keep killing, murder, genocide, carnage. And then once you get, after you finish all your quests, you can literally jump off an edge into the chasm and glide around in a circle into the base to teleport back instead of killing your way back. Unless you like to be like Rambo and just kill everything all the time. As you kill your way back, turn your quests in. If this don't hit you 57, I don't know what will. After 57, you go back to this place. Back to Kamar. 57 should open up Sarpan. I think Sarpan opens at 57. Or Tiamat. Tiamat? Is it open at 57 or 58? Damn, it's gonna bother me. All I know is I love this place. Man, that really bothers me. I don't know if it's 57 or 58. You know what? I'm gonna go and check. I'm gonna do that right quick. Oh jeez, what's going on? There we go. I can see every quest. Cool. So I'm guessing it's 57. Yeah, I'm gonna assume it's 57. Might be 58. Well, all those quests should actually get you to 58 instead of 57. Including doing the solo instance. I'll just resume from here. Once you hit 57, or 58, 57, 58, you come here, give all these quests. And all these quests, and these quests right here. And it tells you to kill a bunch of shit up in this bitch. Basically do all of these quests that you see inside this blue circle, and that will get you a level. Do all the quests inside this circle, and then this circle, and then the campaigns, and then I'll get you another level. I mean, it's really hard to do these levels, because there's all sorts of factors to take into taking in a bunch of factors. There's all sorts of things you could do to level. Fort raids, do them like all the time because they're your best friend. I can't stress enough to do the campaigns because they give you such big chunks of your experience. Like look at this, 165, each campaign quest is like 20 million a piece. So I could do all the campaigns and get a whole level just by campaigns alone. After that, Tiamat, after you've done every quest in Tiamat, all the campaigns in Tiamat, including these quests over here, you should be... You might actually have to come over here, talk to the dude, come up here, do the quest up here. There's a quest right there, and there's a quest right here. There's mobs down here. Do those. If you've done those, you then go back to Tiamat. There should be... I think there's another batch of quests that open up that I can't see yet, because I'm 58. Pretty sure not, though. But if you do every single like blue arrow that you see on Tia Marantra, you will get to 60. And that'll be 60 right there. 61 60 to 61, you need to keep doing Tiamaranta, do dredges, do sieges, do your repeatables for your service dailies, do the coin repeatables, go back to Sarpan, do coin repeatables, do Garldar Village, go and do Antharam Sky Fortress. Don't do Catalam till you're 61. The zone is built for 61s. You can do every quest in Catalam from 61. Well, you can do Catalam and Denaria, all the solo single quests. But then I think half the bases in every single quest in Catalam Denaria will hit you 65. I mean, there's really no specific way to do 60 to 65. I mean, all up to you on what time of day you play, what's going on, how you're feeling. But general guideline for this. Why am I in Tiamat? What's going on here? General guideline is you do the quest up here, you do the quest at this base, come down this way, do the quest at this base, do all the ones in here, all the ones down here, you basically level going down this way, do every single quest going down the west side of your map, then you come this way, you do these, and then there's a batch right here, and then there's a batch right here. You know what, let's just clear this map. These quests, these quests, these quests, these quests, this one, this whole area right here, and there's some up in here. As an Asmodian, these quests are mandatory to level. Mostly because the only two actually, is this one and this one that are actually camp based. Since those are actually camps, you can't, there's a chance that you may not own that base, so you can't do it. If you can, more power to you. Awesome, sweet. Unless you're like one of those crazy people that like to do Bloodmark quests while you're like 60 something and then everybody can eat your face hole and you're like, oh cool, awesome, yay. And you just die. It's just how it is, because Elios are like, we don't care. We'll DP one of you if there's 7 of us, as long as you're dead. Do all the quests in the yellow. It should get you 61 to 62. Actually, it should get you 61 to 63. Do Antharam Sky Fortress up into 63. Because it actually gives you more experience in the actual zone than open world mobs do. On top of that, the mobs there have like half the amount of health, and you can just basically raid and pillage everyone. Oh, cool. Spam my belongs, why don't you? And then once you get to Denaria, you'll start up here, do these quests, come along here, do these quests. This batch, it'll teleport you to here, here, or there. Wait, no. There's a teleporter that takes you to that base or this base. Depending on which one you want to go to. If you own either of the two, teleport to it, do the quests there. If not, keep coming down this way. There'll be like a bunch of miscellaneous quests up in this area. It looks like a piece of bacon. Or a sausage. These two bases down here are usually held together at the same time. They both are in this whole zone right here. So if you own both of those bases, go to both of the bases, grab all 10 of the quests, and go do all 10 of them at once. There's also a ton of quests over here, and a ton in this area that involve you killing mobs in this box right here. All of those quests, and then all of these yellow circles will get you to 64. Guaranteed. It'll happen. 64 to 65, the reason I didn't mention any campaign quests is because you save every single one of them. You save all your campaign quests for 64 to 65. You basically, after you hit 64, you go and do your campaign quest. You will literally end up with, I think, close to almost 10 bubbles in after you've done all your campaign quests. I don't know if you know this, but 64 to 65 actually takes double the amount of experience of 60 to 61. That's how exponential it grew. It's ridiculous. It's like, oh yeah, 280 million, 540 million, fuck you. Oh, okay. Fuck me, right? But 64 to 65, after you've done the campaigns, you can go back and touch up on old campaigns you haven't done. You can go and do basically any bases on either of the maps. Up to you. There's really no specific ones to do. 61 to 65 is all you. I mean, it's all your server on how many bases you own and how many people are in the area. And that concludes 1 to 65 solo guide. No perks, no instances that require groups.